Hey everybody, welcome to Obscurities in Miniature. Today I decided, after having a lot of fun printing off some of Ghamak's barbarian dudes, I saw he had some Firbolgs on my mini factory, and I decided I would go ahead and take a stab at printing up a few of them. Because number one, I don't know what the heck a Firbolg is, it's just a fun name, and they're like almost bovine looking elves, which is kind of weird because actually, if I remember correctly, a Firbolg was supposed to be kind of related to giants, and they are pretty big. And I love this guy's stance. How often do you see monks, first of all, actually looking like they're going to get in a fist fight? I don't know why he's carrying a blade, but you know, it is what it is. I dig monks. So, grabbing our Ghamak guy here, you can see that our barbarian friend is a little bit taller. I think if you were going to actually print these and use these as proper player characters, you might want to consider pumping up the size. But honestly and truly, they're really nicely made. I printed up mostly the males, and the detail, I did give them a quick spray, just so it's a little easier to see. Except for his face, I guess. But I do like when sculptors kind of go into areas that maybe they don't necessarily usually spend a lot of time with. The nose, they all have a kind of flat nose, so I'm assuming this is like a big druid chieftain type dude. He seems a little bit bigger than the rest of them. Maybe he's less hunched over, I don't know. But again, it is kind of neat just to see something totally different. I believe he's supposed to be like shape-shifting or something. He's got really hairy arms. Hairier than mine even, which is saying something. I think I need to clean up a little bit down there. But again, I do dig that we've got a whole set of figures of an area of focus that I don't think gets as much attention. One thing, I had to print the pinup model. I'll probably give it to my brother to print. Paint. We'll get those words right eventually. She almost seems like a sheep. I don't know why. But let's grab some other models just to give you guys a good sense of scale here. I would imagine for RPG players, especially like D&D players, these kinds of figures might be very handy. I'm going to get you out of the way because you're just going to fall over anyway, lady. Let's get a nice lineup here. So I grabbed a couple of WizKid models just to give you guys a good idea. Some of their more foresty looking orcs. I don't know why I'm grabbing all kind of nature-y druid types, but that's what I got handy here. Grabbing a dragonborn. And maybe a witcher. Actually, it's just a WizKids fighter, but makes a great witcher model. So you can see, I think these figures, just based on their current size, and again, I don't really like to play with the innate size that the sculptors decide upon, at least for first printing, but they do look about the right size for a typical RPG character. So if you are in need of some more nature-y types, and you have access to a printer, these might not be a bad model set to take a look for. And there are a couple of females in the group. I just didn't bring them there, besides the pinup, obviously. Grabbing just a couple other random models from our collection here to give you guys a good sense of scale. So I don't think you're going to have to worry too much about having them fit in. I think especially with the Frostgrave and the North Star stuff, I think they'd fit in just fine. They'd make proper, you know, quasi-giants. Mantic Basilian there as well. So yeah, I guess my only one real knock about these is they're not as modular, and I think these were an earlier release from Ghamak before he really kind of went in with all the modular parts, like with the barbarians. And I know like with the It's an Inquisitors and nuns he's got going on right now. So yeah, it'd be cool to see them kind of redo these. I know like the barbarians were an older set that he kind of revisited. So maybe in the future, I mean, considering the sculpt quality is really nice, it's just they lack that modularity that a lot of his newer stuff has. And just being somebody who likes to tinker with these things, it's always fun to have extra parts. And I think the only other issue is, you know, if you were going to go with a modular nature, you're going to end up having to probably repose everything as well. So maybe that isn't the greatest idea. But again, it is cool to see a nice selection of good-looking tabletop models. And hey, you know, you can probably use them in a skirmish game too. So definitely a fun choice of something different for me. And hopefully we'll be able to paint him to justice. We'll put a link down below to Ghamac's Patreon and his My Mini Factory page in case you guys are curious. Check out some of his other stuff. And I will bid you all a fond farewell. This has been High Lord Tamberlane with Obscurities in Miniatures. Saying thanks for watching, and we'll see you back here soon. Bye-bye.